Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, the Lotus Doll Shop's Balanced Lifestyle channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Vaughn. Thanks for clicking on. And today we're just going to be doing a full face of drugstore beauty and makeup that I love. So let's get started. You'll see what I got. Okay, so first we're going to get started with these non-existent eyebrows of mine. What I like to do is put a little powder. Looking at my mirror down here, up here, to kind of get rid of any oils that might be sitting on my skin. Oh, right, might be a little too much. And this is my black Radiance soft focus powder, setting powder. Just use a little bit of that to kind of get rid of some of that oil. Now, today I'm going to be using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil to pencil in my eyebrows. I have a couple of little sparse hairs, but it's not enough to make a full brow, so I pencil them in, and this is how I do it. Let's see. And this is in the shade Espresso. Just start by shaping them according to the face shape I have that I want, according to my brow shape, like this. First time doing this on camera, guys, so bear with me. And I draw another point underneath. And this might be a little old school for some people, but this is how I do mine. And connect the points. This is why I don't like to do them on camera, because they take so long. But I did want to show you how well this NYX brow pencil worked. And then I just fill in the spots with the brow pencil to make a brow. And there are some brow hairs in there, so just try to get it as full as I can with the pencil. Now that I filled the brows in all the way, what I do next to give it a little bit more of a shape here in the middle is I draw a little line here, and this is where my brows begin, right here and right here. And then I connect this point here to the rest of the brow, and I fill that in like this. Now, of course, I like to take a little Q-tip or something and clean up underneath them to make sure my line is straighter. And I put a little setting spray on the Q-tip, like this, and clean up my line. And that is how I draw my brow in, and now I'm just going to shade it a little bit to kind of give it a little bit more of a natural look. Now I take my spoolie that's on the other end of that NYX Micro Brow Pencil brush, and I just shaded a little bit. So the line won't be as harsh. So the next step, I take my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. It's the color that I use for my under eye, and I take a little concealer brush, and not too much. I just clean up my brow area. Get a little bit more definition. Both sides, like this. Drag that down like that. And for me, I like to go on the top just a little bit like this. Use the point of this concealer brush to get it nice and neat. Okay, now next I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. I use two different primers on my skin. I use one in the middle on my nose, my T-zone for the shine. And then I use the Jelly Pop Dew Primer for around my face. This is where I'm most dry. I like the smell of this. It kind of smells like watermelon. I used to didn't prime my face before makeup, but it's a very, very important step. Make sure your makeup sticks to your face the way it should. Okay, so today for my foundation, I'm going to be using the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. This is in the shade Deep 620. Of course, guys, if you're new to the channel, I have lupus, so my skin is discolored. So we are just matching up with the neck and the chest, of course. And I'm going to take my foundation brush, foundation on here. I like this CoverGirl Clean Fresh because it's light. It's not a heavy makeup at all. It smells kind of nice too. I don't know what happened. I think I forgot my under eye primer, everybody. A little bit more. And I still have the Black Cat from Hell on my forehead. Get some more. The good thing about this foundation is I can build the coverage. Now for my next step, I'm going to be using my concealer underneath my eyes and right down my nose here. And I know my concealer is a little bright, but I like it a little bright up underneath my eyes, especially because I got a lot of skin discoloration. Like that here And of course, again, this is the e.l.f. 16-hour Hydrating Camo Concealer. So it's going to start up here, thin that out a little bit. Like that. So next, I'm going to just use some Revolution Bake and Blot Banana Powder under my eyes to kind of give me a little something under my eyes to set while I do my eye makeup. So for my eye makeup today, I'm going to be using the Drugstore LA Girl Pro Mastery Eyeshadow Palette. And I am going to start with the color as my lid color. This one is called Maven. So I'm going to start that. And we're just going to do that one all over the lid. And a little bit up into the crease. Let's see. Next, I think I'm going to do probably in the crease, I'm gonna do it's called Lovely right here. This one right here. Let's see what it'll do. I think it's so. I think I want to do this color called Fangirl right here on the lid. Just an everyday kind of look, the little shimmer. Now we're gonna use Skills right here on the brow bone. Just for a little brightening up there. And I want to do a blingy inside the eye color like this. Now, next I'm going to just add a little bit of that same lid shade underneath my eye, and that was Maven. Eyes are done so far as the eyeshadow, so that's how I do it, guys. Okay, now I'm just going to swipe the powder from beneath my eyes. I'm just going to use my Black Radiance True Complexion contour palette and bronze around my face. Yes. Bronzer spot. It's a little bit too much. Knock out some of that bronzer, y'all. Too much bronzer. I'm gonna clean up that bronzer up top of my forehead. I think I went a little bit too hard on that one. Okay, so now that I blended that bronzer out, now I'm going to just do my blush. And today I'm going to be using e.l.f.'s Always Rosy Blusher. Right there in the blush area and the cheeks. I'll take some of that bronzer down the sides of my nose just a little bit. Take my little sponge and soften that up. Contour the nose. Use the same sponge to use my concealer to seal that out a little bit. All right, now that we got the bronzer, and now I'm going to use that same palette for the highlighter. That is right here. This has not been gently used. Right above blusher. Okay, so I forgot to highlight my nose. I like highlighting my nose. Here, a little bit here, a little bit on my Cupid's bow. And on the chin. All right, so now that that is done, I want to put my powder on. And I know this isn't necessarily drugstore, but this is my Sephora MicroSmooth powder. I think my soft focus might be too much for all over my face. So I'm just gonna use powder brush, grab some of that, and set everything in. Now next, I want to use one of my favorite drugstore mascaras. This is the Maybelline Mega Plush Volume Express Mascara. I love this one because it really opens up my lashes. I don't wear false lashes, guys, because I have issues with my sinuses. And honey, rub that lash right on in my eye along with the glue, so we're not doing that. It gives me pretty good volume. I think so. Now, finally, we're going to use this NYX Urban Cafe pencil, lip liner actually. And just give a little line into the lips. I don't want anything too dark, so I'm just using regular lip liner. And the new Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and this is in the shade Topaz. Just a little shimmer. And I'm blending. Maybe that might be a little bit too dark, so we're gonna start again without the lip liner because I kind of like just the gloss by itself. Let's go. I took that lip liner off, honey. That's not gonna work with this one. We're just gonna let this one shine by itself because it's nice. It reminds me a lot of the Fenty Gloss bombs. And that's just a light tint of pink, and the rest is kind of my lip color. And I like it. So the final step today, guys, is going to be this NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. We're just gonna add a little bit of that. And let that dry down a bit. So that's it for today, everybody. I'd like to thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking on as usual. I hope that you'll come back and check me out in my next video. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.